Hey guys, so let's talk about the April book haul video. I have received a couple of books that I wanted to show, I wanted to talk about, which I might read, I might not read. I'm not sure about it because there are few audiobooks I'm listening and there are few audiobooks, a few books that I'm currently reading. So I have received like couple of books this month and I wanted to show that which are those books and how are those books, what I think about that, and probably I might put a review or I might not put a review, but I will definitely gonna share this on the newsletter. So make sure you join the newsletter. There is a link in the description and you will get all the update in your inbox. So let's check out each and every book and see what are those about. The first book is this one, like you can see that it's all about I Have Become the Tide. It's a hardcover book and the font size is also little bit small, so it's a kind of a big book. It's almost 300 plus pages. It's a kind of a fiction novel which talk about hundreds of years ago Chika, the son of Castle Sinner, find a home and all about that. So like I have a less idea about this book, but let's see how this book turn out. Then the second book we have is Damia Bad But You Will Be Safe Here. So probably I think by looking at the cover, this more looks like a crime novel, or this more looks like kind of thriller novel, but I have no idea. But it says that the stunning and the unforgettable debut novel from the award-winning author, You Will Be Safe Here. So probably it's look like that it will be a kind of a thriller, and I have received a one bookmark also, which is you can see this here. It's a kind of a new Batman bookmark. The next book I have in the list is the Farm. You can see this here. It's another big kind of a book which is almost 340 pages, and it's all about the topical thought-provoking debut novel about the class, race and the American dream. So it's probably is going to be, it's more about discrimination, class, as looking at the blurb it looks like that. So let's see how this book will turn out. The next short book we have is the What a Wonderful World. Good news, good news stories to calm your mind and the peaceful night's sleep. So if you are a person who love reading before the night, before going to the sleep, and you want some kind of a short story, then this book is definitely going to helpful. It's kind of collection of around 100 plus stories. So 100 days you can go and listen to the one and short stories. And I have read few of the stories because I have received this around 2 weeks back, and I have read two stories about it. And this book is kind of interesting. If you are a person who have the kids and who want to good night sleep, and before going to the sleep you need some kind of a story, then you can definitely check out the What a Wonderful World, and this will give you kind of a good news story. Next book we have the Blue Book. The cover is kind of little bit different, like you can see there are two holes here. The Blue Book, a writer's journal. So it's kind of filled with images, like you can see there are few images. It's kind of जो भी वो राइटर ने अपने लाइफ में वगैरह लिखा था उसकी ये पूरी स्टोरी है, एंड इट्स रियली गुड. लाइक द कवर एंड actually the smell of these kind of books makes me feel so good, to be honest. And this book is more about in those terrific days of the lockdown during the pandemic, we were waiting for the things to be all right, and one day they will indeed to be right, but the dear world will never come back. So it's kind of a 2 years of journey, I will say, that he have written whatever in this journal or gratitude journal, and he have wrote in that book. So I have not read yet, but let's see how this book will turn out. And the last book I have is from the Niyogi Books, and the book name is the Homi Baba. It's more about their story and what is their life and everything about that. It's written by the Bhiman Nath, and I'm not sure about it because how I'm going to read. Even though it's a small book, probably while traveling I will carry this book and I might try to read it. So this is everything about the paperback and hardcover I have received. After that, yesterday I have finished listening to the Dune book. उसपे एक book बड़ी, like the book size is around 800 pages. I don't have the book, but I have that book on my Kindle. But I also have the audiobook, and last night I have finished that audiobook. OMG, that audiobook is freaking amazing. It's like 20 hours odd of audiobook. If you listen to the 2x speed, you can finish it in 10 to 15 hours. But the narration part, the story, the background music, everything, you feel like you are on that planet, and you are listening, you are watching everything happening around you, and that makes that audiobook so great. If you have not listened to the Dune, or if you have not watched the movie yet, because the movie is into the part 2. Like part 1 is already on the theater, but part 2 is yet to release. Probably next year they are gonna release the part 2. But if you are not if you have not watched the movie, then I will suggest go and check out the audiobook. If you love reading, then go for the book, but book is really big. Like there are total 48 chapters, but the book is around 800 pages. But that you can finish on the audiobook around 10 to 20 hours. So highly recommend check out the Dune audio. Well, I'm not a kind of a person जो बिंगा वॉच वगैरह मूवी करता है, but I'm definitely waiting for the Stranger Thing 4. So last week I have finished watching Little Things. Little Thing is a kind of one of the favorite series, you know. If you have not watched the Little Things on the Netflix, then go and check out that, watch that Little Things season. Like there are 4 seasons I guess, and like the end of the season is there, and it's kind of good thing. Like they first get into the relationship, then they become, you know, kind of the fight, little fight between the couple, the little fight between when they are living together, and then those, all of those things happen. Then they go different state, like one go to their hometown, one is in the Bangalore, then the another long distance relationship happens for the 2 years, and it's kind of a very interesting story to, you know, understand, and those kind of little movement to enjoy. So Little Thing is something that I have watched, and it is kind of a good, I believe. If you have not watched it, then go check out. Also I have finished watching RRR movie, which is kind of last week release, and it's a kind of a good story about the two people. They are, you know, doing something for the India, doing something for independence kind of thing. If you have not watched that also, then go check out. It's a 3 hours long movie. I have, you know, kind of fast forward, I have watched that yesterday night only, but it's a kind of a good, you should definitely go check out. And the last I wanted to talk about the one podcast that I listened 2 weeks, almost a week back. Podcast name is Raj Chamani with the Manish Pandey, which is uski book bhi hai, which is, you know, the digital. I have already made one video on that. You can go check out that video. And this podcast is all about talking about the content creation. If you want to be the YouTuber, Instagrammer, if you are looking for something related to that career, then you should definitely go and watch that podcast. Its podcast is really good, and the podcast is talk about, you know, more about the content creation, what you want in life, how to go with the content creation, and how to make work in the content creation, everything about that. So that's pretty much about that podcast, and I really enjoyed watching that podcast. So make sure you go check out that podcast, Racha Mani Fit Manish Pandey. You will definitely gonna enjoy if you are a content creator. That pretty much about the last month summary and the books that I'm gonna read, or I might read or might not read in the next month. If you are looking for the more book recommendation, then check out this video where I shared the more book recommendation that you gonna enjoy the. And if you are looking for the short books recommendation that you want to finish in one day, then check out this video where I shared all the short book recommendation. And that's all for the today's video. See you in the next one. Bye bye, tata, take care.